4 thousandths shy. The number 21 of Jesse Redding.
Still waiting
Row
on
number 2 is the 4 of Chris Goins, also of Track Bar Motorsports. Chris Klein will start to his outside. Row number 3, it's the 6 of Caleb Zisk and Ryan Pasoko. Row number 4, it's Paul Durkee and Connor Leach. Rick LePage and Joe Bennett will round out the 5th row. 11th starter Brian McCann and then Carson Rowland in 12th. 13th starter it's Scott Milner. 14th belongs to Justin Lawson. John Roberts starts 15th. 16th is Mark Collins. 17th Jonathan
Hey, Derek.
Mark Truxton will start 18th. Tom Barish, the 55 machine rolls 19th. And last but not least, the number 12 of Ben McKinney.
I didn't get a first lap. I got a second lap.
How's it going, Derek?
There's
your starting grid here from Pocono Raceway.
I'm not drinking water tonight. Let's put it that way. I'm not drinking water.
Sean Roberts still to take to the starting grid. Now we just wait for Connor Leach. He's the last driver to grid up.
All right, man, we're going green next time. Bye. All right, man.
But it's 26 laps to a tank. 26, 27 to a tank.
13 car. Catch the 24.
Starting 11th is no problem. This is the last 2 races of the playoff for the championship. I figured I'd make it easy.
And while we have the time here, got a long pace lap to get things situated before we go green. So we'll take yet again here at the race info. 65 laps the distance, 90% fuel on board, 2 sets of tires available over the wall.
Derek, I did the same thing before this fired off and went over to my fridge and grabbed a couple also.
White checkered finish. Air temperature 69 degrees, humidity at 48%, cloudy skies, 9-mile-per-hour breeze, and track temperature 105 degrees. That will likely go up and down. Again, mostly cloudy skies here tonight.
We got the fastest time in practice. I don't know if that counts for anything.
Slightly on the track. Will affect the handling on these trucks.
Sure. It means there's a long race to go and you can work your way up there again.
Get ready.
Yeah, it was a one lap fluke, actually 2 lap fluke in qualifying.
All right, man. The pace car is in.
All right.
Green, green, green.
Go, go, go.
Cannot go 3 wide and it's illegal on the first lap.
Outside.
Okay.
Stay low.
I was going to.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Stay low.
Okay, we're
wide,
going.
you're in the middle.
You are 3?
I got forced into that.
Clear
Oh,
low.
that was
Clear
fine.
low.
You didn't do that on purpose.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly.
The field to green.
Everybody saw it. That was what happened.
You want it?
There it goes. Green flag in the air. We're racing from Long Pond, Pennsylvania.
Almost got wrecked, but from behind.
Got one
Contact
outside.
behind you. Hold on to it. One outside now.
Stay low. Stay low. All clear, all clear.
You are clear up. A little bit of a check up in front of you. Look, you're going to be okay, though. Keep going. Go, go, go.
Long straightaways for any kind of activities you want to do.
The longest straightaway in NASCAR. Yep.
Turn the 52 there. Now
We can have a full conversation on those straightaways.
Outside.
All right, going to be outside.
Continue on.
Still there? Hold your
Yeah.
line. All clear,
That's not
all
wrong.
clear.
Right on the tailgate.
Clear up.
Heading now into turn 3.
You got one inside.
I'm going to pass low.
Stay high. All clear, all clear.
Everybody tail happy off the 3 back to the main straightaway. Tire
Outside.
Tim's
You're on
still
the bottom,
coming
3
up.
wide.
There you go. 3 wide bottom.
Handful
Hold your
in
line.
these early laps.
Hold your line. You got one outside.
Contact
2 wide
behind you.
there.
I'm
Clear
not
high.
sure if they're
Clear
going to
high.
save it.
You got
Double
one
O
outside.
on your right
Clear
rear.
high. Clear high.
Still,
You're clear.
man, Jesse Redding looking fast there behind a slight scrape on the wall though off of 2. Sorry, turn 1.
You got one outside.
Take my spotter.
But we'll figure it
All
out.
right,
There.
front.
Hold your line.
Oh, yep, I got you.
Stay low.
Got it.
Running fast in the draft, but step up.
One outside.
Chris Goins goes to the inside for the second spot. Might be getting greedy here. Thought about going to the lead too, but didn't quite have enough room to get it done. It's now on a
Still there right front.
He'll run
Door.
the tire tracks of Dylan Bryant.
Right rear.
Looking for the
Still right rear.
Though he wants to take that first
Holding on.
back.
Still right rear.
Up front, let's watch the 7.
Still there.
Ryan McCann started 11th, already a few.
Holding on.
Now looking for a 4th.
He's got the draft for a little bit of help. He got no help right now. Still right rear.
McCann and double.
He's got a little bit of a run, a little bit of a pull coming off. Still door. Right outside. You have the checkup that might help you into 2. You'll be clear up on exit. Good job. Way to be patient.
Good, I need that draft.
To the outside, he's got the 90 of Carson rolling there in behind.
Yeah, no doubt.
So it's going to kind of hang McCann out here. Let's look at the drafting help. Bennett was receiving, but now the advantage back to McCann as they get into the corner. Back up for Bennett. Dan will have the spot.
Up to P7, up 4.
Dan got 2 for 1 there.
Connor Leach right now sitting P4.
Back out front, the battle for the
crossover.
Right on the tire tracks of Dylan Bryant. Little contact down into turn 1. Somebody scraped.
Not going to happen in turn 3. I'm going to have to draft this one out.
Yeah, I'd give him a push all the way up.
Takes a look to the inside. Bryant flips to second. Cones now, your race leader here. Lap number 6 goes up on the board. Big time checkup from Bryant getting into turn 1. I don't know if that was just to try and build a run or for better vision, or he's just backing up his entry compared to Gomes. Didn't see the help that time. He tried to get back to the game.
All right, there it is, outside.
He's going to pull me out of 1. Oh, he's going to let me have it. Oh, my goodness.
I don't think so. He threw it way back. Yeah, he threw that way back.
Wasn't expecting that.
All right, coming up to your bumper.
No, don't pass me. You just gave it to me.
Still inside.
Chris Klein and Joe
You're clear?
having their own battle. Klein with about a 3
All right, not too bad.
right now down the main straightaway.
No. Leaders are coming back to you.
Refresher.
Now Ryan Pasoko battling with Ryan McCann. Hands up the 6, slips up a bit into the 7, a little bit of contact. Dan will hang on to P6, again up 5 from his 11th starting. Had a little moment in qualifying, got a piece of the wall in that first lap. It certainly hurt him because it didn't
Tell him, Steve.
that first lap. And for most drivers tonight, lap 1 was the lap that was the fastest.
Nice.
Full field, just about single file right now. Lap 8 on the board. Again, a very significant amount of fuel on board here tonight for these drivers as Connor Leach comes to the inside, wants that third spot from Redding. At full fuel load, I don't have the fuel window per se here tonight, but I would imagine that fuel-wise, the drivers can likely turn this into a one-stop race.
Careful on those strips. Outside now. Good job. Not too happy about you taking that from him.
No, he wasn't. No, my goodness, that was tight.
Or maybe after a pit stop, get his mindset on tonight.
On your rear. On your rear.
Sits now going to take the spot.
Tight on your door.
Running as well with Brian McCann rolling up into the mix.
Hold on to it. There you go. Good. Clear up.
The fruit is ripe for the picking. Sisk trying to hold McCann up the racetrack, almost put him in the fence. Might have got him there a bit as McCann drives it down to the rumble strip. Gets to the inside as Sisk off of turn 3. What a move. Sisk and McCann side by side down the main straight.
Got to cool my tires down. Let him pass that guy in front of us.
Yeah, let him pull you by. There you go.
You know what? I might even just help Caleb here.
Top 2 getting away slightly from the rest of the pack. Beating Redding, Sisk, McCann, and Pasoko.
Hold on to it. Gave him a little bit of a love tap there. You're good.
I kind of anticipate that this race is going to run
Didn't help him.
simply single file with a few exceptions to about the halfway point, or at least until that first pit stop. Drivers are trying to get a feel for what they have underneath them. There's, of course, a practice session prior to the race, but there is nothing.
Dude, check the wall behind you.
Yeah, we got a wreck.
Lose some time.
Practice will get.
How many tires we got?
The actual race.
2 tires.
Just jumped out. Yellow's out. What's that?
We only got 2 tires.
Redding still trying to fight back with Sisk on the bottom of the racetrack, but McCann looks a lot faster. Just got to find a way around here. Dirty air certainly a thing, much higher pace.
Derek, all the years I went to Pocono Raceway here, and the announcers say the longest straightaway in NASCAR. You're wrong, and so am I.
It does matter, even though
the straightaway at COTA is 0.62 miles.
makes a difference in
The straightaway at Pocono comes in second, it says, to Talladega.
Bud one, give me status under car there.
He coming in clutch with the math.
First caution of the night, lap 12 here at Pocono.
Talladega Super Stretch is 4,000 feet. Pocono is 3,740.
Now we'll take
Unless Google's lying.
off of turn 3.
You never know.
I'll rewind this a bit more. So Soko out of 3 here, just loses the truck trying to. Oh, he gets the wall.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Lucky would not be collected by anyone else.
I don't really give a damn, doodah, doodah.
Without a faster pair, tonight's going to be tough.
Oh, okay. So I did a little math while you two were figuring things out. I think we need to take fuel here.
Okay.
Fuel only.
Okay. Setting it up now.
I may not go in if everybody stays out.
So field
I think I'm going to stay out.
Racing pace truck.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
We all know it's a Chevy.
Cause 52 with a one, I mean, yeah, we got to go 52 laps from here, and a one stopper is 26 laps, which would put us right in half. So we need to take fuel here if it goes green. You got me set up fuel only?
Yes, fuel only.
All right.
Don't
The
speed.
question is, does anybody pit here? I'm going to be inclined to actually say yes. I know we only have 2 sets of tires and plenty of fuel right now, but we don't know what that fuel window is. If these drivers are really anywhere near making it from here, I think the opportunity exists that they'll come down and take a crack at this.
I forgot I was 11th.
Oh, I didn't give you your spotter back. Yeah.
This is all good.
Come. Don't speed.
Pull it down into pit lane, and the field will follow, and he stays out. Oh, we're going to see a fake there, but not the case.
All right, so other people had the same idea.
Rather unique pit lane here, too, with that scoring tower right in the middle of the pits.
Yep, gonna come out 4th, up 7.
Gones has the right sides up in the air. He's going to bolt.
Those new tires are going to be fast, but they burned one and we got 2.
Joe, they go fuel only. They're going to drop the jack or use
Right.
no jack.
I mean, you got some time before the first guy on tires heads back in P9, unless Chris Goins had to do any kind of repairs. And then if that's the case, Jesse Redding back in P12 at a 14.4 stop, same as Scott Milner with a 14.7.
All right, well, let's see if we can pull Chris up into the booth and get a word.
And he's back in
He
16th.
was leading this race a moment ago. Chris Goins, it's Steve with the Track Limits Network in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir, Steve. What's going on, buddy?
Chris, just checking in on you, man. First round of pit stops, early caution here. It looks like you're one of just a couple of drivers that took 4 tires. Is that the plan from the get-go? You lost a bunch of track position there.
Yeah, we were planning on taking 4 that stop. Obviously, not anticipating a caution there, but that caution brings us to where we can make it on one more stop. So looking at that first run, it seemed to spread out pretty good. So if it stays green, we got one more stop. We got another set of tires, and hopefully we can work our way through this field with the new sets and kind of get out kind of up front pretty early.
Kind of answered my next question is, what does that fuel window look like? We know it's a 90% load, but how many laps do you expect to get out of that?
It seems like it's roughly about 27, 28. So if that puts us to about around lap 41, this next stop. That'll be 24 to the end, so that'll put us well within that fuel window, barring any green, white checkers or anything.
All right, Chris. Well, thanks for talking to us. Wish you the best of luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate it, Steve.
Chris Goins was the leader coming into the pits. He'll come out the bottom half of the top 10 here in P9 as we get ready to go back green flag racing. He's got a strategy in mind. Gave up some track position to do it. We saw how difficult it was for even Brian McCann to cut his way through the field. First 2 or 3 positions, not so difficult, but of course, the closer you get to the front of the field, the harder those positions get to get.
Ain't no thing. We racing.
Nope.
New tires is going to be wonderful, though, for them.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to pass it.
Here, it looks like Ryan Pizzocco, Justin Lawson, and Ben McKinnon all out of this race. Ryan, of course, our first caution of tonight with his hard contact. Lawson and McKinnon, not sure the situation there. They were both out in the first 6 laps, and they're both
All right, sir, here we go.
same race team. So I'm not sure if that was a plan. Maybe that
And
was
go.
a situation, or if something happened that we just didn't see.
Nice, still on the right rear of the 6.
So 17 trucks here in competition, all still on the lead lap.
Clear low. Inside. Clear.
green.
Oh, a little wheel spin from Dylan Bryant, but he straightened it up.
All right, teammates 1-2, so he's probably going to make it a little hard to get by.
Bryant trying to hang on to the race lead, but it's not going to happen. Connor Leach, Caleb Sisk trying to beat all three trucks likely to get by here on the Long Pond straightaway. Bryant will talk into fourth. All four of those drivers on the same strategy as far as tires are concerned.
I keep getting computer freezes.
Chris Gomes up a couple of spots already, and this is one lap.
Yeah.
That's not good.
He has fresh tires, and he's the first truck out there on fresh.
Like it's for half a second.
Again, he's got this.
And then it clears up.
Green for quite a while.
Gotcha. Kind of like blips.
Yeah. I had Windows updates and I reinstalled my graphics drivers right before this race. Because it was doing it before, like when I was in practice, but it didn't clear up after I did that. So I don't know what it is.
Page all over the back bumper.
I don't know enough about computers to even suggest anything.
It's always something. That's what I'm saying.
March will get away in contact behind him.
Yeah.
LePage and I think it was Sean Roberts. They make contact, but LePage hangs on to it.
Keep an eye on Chris Goins or whoever's coming up through the field with new tires. Oh my goodness, he's right behind me.
Now Mark Collins all over Sean Roberts.
Yeah, he's right behind you.
The new tires are worth something, huh?
I suppose he's going to try to look high. There he is. He's going to swing it over to the left.
Turn one.
I'm going to let him go low. He's so fast.
No doubt he's going to throw it into one.
Now attacking Bryant. Again, fresh tires on that four.
Yep, there it is.
Way back towards the front.
Still inside. See if we can follow him through. Clear, clear.
Just make him wear him out.
Left front because of the draft. Threw it in, clear.
Jones steps out, takes a look to the inside of
Bryant. Pack that air on a 6. Ooh, we got a little loose. 6 isn't really giving him any room. There you go.
Oh, I'm having fun. Are you having fun, Pete?
Exit here.
Next guy on new tires is going to be Jesse Redding back at 8.
Of the 6 machine. Down into the tunnel turn. A tricky one to run side by side. He will not do so, but he is up to third. Got clear of Brian McCann. Now out of turn 2. Thank you, buddy.
He's going for the lead. That's going to give some dirty air to Connor Leach. So it's going to force him back to you.
So Chris Goins comfortably now into the second spot. Caleb Sisk is third. Brian McCann fourth, and fifth is now Chris Klein as Brian has got another position.
Chris got new tires behind me.
Chris Goins off the corner, turn number 1, alongside Connor Leach.
He had a 10-second stop, so if he took tires, it's either going to be rights or lefts.
Get into 2. And he does. Gets clear of the 71. I think Connor just let him go. Connor's wise enough to know that the 4's on new tires. A little wiggle there for Goins, though, but he's out in front, lead once again.
There you go. Drag him back just a little bit. Outside. He's not really pinching you down. You got half a lane up. You're good. Still there outside. 6 cut. Ooh, he came across your bumper. That was a wreck. That would have been his fault.
He wrecked himself with my front
Completely
bumper.
chopped your nose. right.
Now Goins needs to run cool.
I think we're racing.
Clean laps. The 3 C's of racing.
Yeah. For the next 43 laps.
Position here. At least we thought there was going to be one. Caleb Sisk and Connor Leach battling for position. Now Sisk has got to worry about the 7 of Brian McKinney.
Oh, I didn't check up. For some reason, the net code gods was in his favor.
Yeah.
Go back and look
at that.
Go back and look at my throttle input. I didn't lift.
I can hear it. Yep.
Surprise, surprise, we have a guest announcer in the booth. I wouldn't really call him a guest, but he's been up here in track limits many times, as recently as last week. Zach Millett, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up?
18 looking low.
Trucks at Poker.
Really threw it in, sliding up a little bit. Door to door, literally. You're going to have a little bit of a pull off.
Racing truck
Still on your left rear.
Well, this one's been interesting.
Clear left.
Start. Only one caution so far. I watched a practice race last evening, and it was a little scary, so I had to
Slam that door.
about this one here tonight, but these guys seem to have got it figured out. I think if you're just smart about it here and don't overdrive the truck, you can actually put on a pretty clean race, and so far
The only thing I can see is a six speed shop. I can't say that real fast.
I think a lot of them aren't really racing yet. I think I've been watching.
Oh, I followed him right into the wall.
Probably going to.
He's right there with you.
Pretty soon, but I think most.
Yep, you did.
Well, originally we were thinking
It's all right.
it was going to be after that first pit stop, but then we got the caution there.
I'll take a look at your right side here in just a second. Still outside.
Especially knowing that there's going to be one more stop here before this one's said and done. Goins was talking
Still door.
27, maybe 28 laps.
Hold on to it.
Load of fuel. We didn't quite get there. About halfway.
There you go. All right, let me take a look at that right side for you.
4 tires worth. Majority of those guys out there did not take 4 tires. It was fuel only for just about everybody, with the exception of maybe 3 drivers.
That'll make it interesting. I know.
Right front's okay. Right rear's okay. Going to take a look at the front. Nah, you're straight. You're good.
Chris Goins is out no man's land. Oh my goodness. New tires are worth 3 seconds.
Yeah, those. Yeah, but he's only down to 1 set.
Just like that, Chris Goins has jumped out to a 3-second lead over Leach, Sisk, and McCann. That's a pretty tall task to put down there. Even with some fresher tires, sometimes those guys can still hang on older Goodyear Racing Eagles. So Goins really does enjoy this place, and he's showing it right now.
Yeah, I think this has always been Goins' probably top favorite track, honestly. He's always performed well here.
Yeah,
first time
that's true, Derek.
Actually ran against Chris Goins was here for however many years ago.
But realistically, well, no, not realistically. If he's still in the playoffs, next week is Atlanta, which is a draft track, so really it's anybody's championship.
But yeah, Goins was he was the front of that night.
I was going to say I'm racing the guys in front of me, but
Nothing but get faster since then.
when you go to a draft track, anything's possible.
So further back here, the rest of the top 5, all single file.
Are they running at the super speedway or the legacy track?
Chris Klein is
The new
hanging on
one.
as well, with Jesse Redding just in front of him.
Gotcha.
Dylan Bryant back in 8th, now going to lose another spot.
A little bit of check up there. There you go.
Closing in, got to be inside a little there on the exit at 3. He's going to pull some slipstream.
Outside.
As our NASCAR friends call it, down this giant main straightaway.
Ooh, 6 right rear. Almost clear. Still over there. 21's going to come down with you. Give you a little bit of a shot here. There it is.
That big straightaway.
Thank you, Jesse.
You're going to pull a series.
Make sure to send him a Christmas card.
That turn 1 is a little different. It's a pretty tight radius considering the speed that they're going. Yes, there's some banking, but These guys are jumping on the brakes pretty hard.
You are clear up.
Corner. What's the best approach, especially if you're trying to pull out and pass just with the aided assist from that draft?
It really depends on kind of like what stage you're in. You know, if it's go time and
6 is on his teammate's bumper now.
If you really want to try to make that pass, you can do a couple different things. You can kind of dive it down to the bottom, maybe do a slide job, which is pretty tough at that kind of speed. Or you can kind of go in higher and try to get back to the gas before the other truck and maybe get the run off. Because, I mean, every straightaway here is pretty long. And actually off the exit, pretty much every turn, you can kind of go in high, straighten off the exit, and get a run down any one of the straights and make a pass.
Pocono, baby.
All Durkee got it done. Bryant tucked right into that draft, trying to take it back, but just didn't.
All kinds of fun.
So Bryant, who restarted from the lead, will go back to 9th. Looks like Mark Collins had a moment out of turn 1 there.
I see that Jeff Gordon truck there dancing off the exit.
One caution will change everything.
The clean air on the bottom. Hold on to it.
Get back in.
Good job. That's right.
Chris Goins with a 5-second lead. Oh my goodness.
He's here. As Goins was talking, he still has an extra set of tires sitting over the wall. He's got to get into that over and get that opportunity to make that final pit stop. But if it goes green all the way to that pit, he can
need a caution. Oh my goodness.
Over the rest of the field, he's got about a 5-second cushion to play with right
now.
Yeah, if it stays green, he's golden.
You got about 15 laps left in the tank, so you got the fuel, just need the tire.
He's up there,
and you never know. I mean, he was. It looked like he was pushing kind of hard going through. He may wear him out and come back to you a little bit. We'll see.
Tires. I mean, even in a like a 5-lap run, insane fast. So we'll see what happens.
Goins and Jesse Redding being teammates, they both sat on that same strategy. They took 4 on that first stop. Let's see who else. It was Scott Milner who also bolted on 4. He runs in the 10th position.
Interesting to see. I mean, we can see how good Goins is here as he took the lead so early. It's kind of pulled away. It looks like about 5 seconds out.
About half the length of this giant main straightaway here at Pocono. You can see all the way back there. Competition looking awful small in the rearview mirror of the Blue Chew number 4.
Another thing too is when these other trucks do come down pit road and take their 4 tires, they're going to be on. Their pace is going to be pretty stout. So this little bit of for Goins is probably going to get sucked up. So the more you can kind of stretch it out now, the better.
The other thing he's going to have to worry about, though, with this current strategy is not only does he need this thing to run green to the point where he can make his pit stop and be good to go to the end on fuel, but then the cards need to fall without any additional cautions the rest of the way, because those guys that are fighting behind him, 5.5
Dix is loose. Hold on.
They have an extra set sitting there. They haven't taken tires yet. So you can get that caution with
18's coming down with you.
Everybody else is going to come down and pit, and Goins will be out there on old tires.
Yeah, he'll just get past like crazy.
Oh, I threw it in.
Rear, pinching him up a little bit.
Pace difference.
Clear. Good job. All right, 18's looking low a little.
Bill for the driver, the number 4, with 30 laps in here, almost halfway.
Get the bite off the corner.
2 more laps before Goins can get into that fuel window.
Come on, hold on to that draft. Hold on. Clear low.
Little big checkup from Brian McCann as Sis gets to the outside. He had his hands full. A couple drivers behind him having to scatter just a bit. Chris Klein now will get to the inside. We'll see if McCann can hang on to the spot.
Chris Goins with a 6-second lead.
The 6 knows you're faster. You keep catching back up to him. Yeah.
Oh, we got Derek Welch in the chat getting sentimental. Says, thank you, Steve, for being a great broadcaster for NTRL over the years. Also, thank you, Millet, for being a great competitor in NTRL over the years. We're not done yet, Derek. We got one more to go, buddy. But thank you for having us. We certainly appreciate it. It's been fun being here. I learned a lot.
Let me know when it's halfway.
Just how to improve things, how to make it better, how to be a better show. And
will do.
He's been pretty loyal to us over the years. We certainly appreciate that.
Working 32.65 now, so 2 or 3 more laps, depending on which math you do.
The competition in the field, making it really easy to call and a lot of fun to call.
Meanwhile, a bit of a battle with Chris Klein and Jesse Redding. Klein
6 is on his teammate's bumper now, giving him a little bit of a shot.
We're at that point, Zach. Again, pit stops were at lap 13. It's lap 32.
Nice way to get the left below that yellow line.
Klein went, I think, maybe just 2 tires. That or an extra lug of fuel there. 10.12 seconds was the pit stop for Klein the last time in. Whereas Redding also took 4, but pace really about the same between these two right now.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of spooked because we see Klein get the wall there off exit. We don't want to do that in this truck times. That I think not as tough as the next race. But I think we're going to see this 18 truck and the 21 truck start to catch the 2 or 3 ahead of them. But I've been watching Brian McCann try to pass Sisk here, and it's tough. I mean,
oh, they're getting tight on exit.
71 and the 6.
No wonder they're hitting the wall.
Yeah, as long as they kind of help each other with the draft on exit, it's going to be really tough.
That's why I'm glad you're getting just a little bit lower than they are. As long as you have a little bit of clean air on front, it seems like you're all right.
Somehow, whether it's a side draft or even some contact, move him up the racetrack, and then he can have all that draft off to 71 because the 6 just, you can't recoup that momentum that quickly, especially with these engines that these trucks are running who just don't have the horsepower.
All right, next time, sir, if you want to come down, I'm setting up your tires now.
As we see, the 18 and the 21 did catch this group, so we'll see with the tire difference, maybe it'll be a little easier.
Derek, it's 26 to 27.
Ryan McCann, the meat in the double-decker sandwich here. Connor Leach, Caleb Sisk, McCann, Klein, and Redding. That's the...
All right, you're all set. I'm going to give you back your spotter.
Jones is long gone. 7 seconds in the wind ahead of this group of cars, or trucks for that matter.
Would I want to pit here?
Gotta get.
Well, you know, we've said this a lot over the years of Track Limits Network, or at the time it was HBR TV, but man, everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. And that yellow flag at the wrong time could be that punch in the mouth that Chris Goins could be worried about. We'll see if we get to it. We are past halfway here at Pocono.
Don't tell me.
Side, get the Track Limits side-by-side break out of the way. Stay with us. We'll be back after this.
I met Marcos.
Oh, y'all thinking short pit?
We were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money.
I just thought that's why you were asking about halfway. That's all.
I would describe Marcos and his team.
Oh, no, I was
upstanding,
asking about halfway to pop the other water.
Genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous.
Fair enough.
And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Yeah, tell me whatever 65 minus 26 is.
I've got everything set. I'm going to take your spotter back.
$65 minus 26 is when we're pitting.
So 3 more laps. 39.
All right, 10-4. 39 going to 40, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, they're pitting. I didn't know that.
There. Did they have to announce it?
No, they don't have to, but I didn't know it. I think I spun them out.
Well, if they didn't announce it to try to get an edge, that's on them.
I didn't see an announcement. I don't know if I spun them, but it looked like I may have hit them.
Well, the 6 overshot his pit. I can tell you that.
Is the 6 Caleb?
Connor Leach is just now coming out. Yeah, the 6 is Caleb, yeah.
Okay, I hit Caleb, so that means he didn't spin. All right. Yeah, I'm not muted. They didn't call it out. I'm still pitting 39. I don't think they have the fuel.
Cutting this one short as we're getting ready for some pit stops. In fact, some drivers already are. You saw it during the side-by-side there. Caleb Sisk having a big moment. Maybe some contact from Brian McCann. Probably didn't get the memo. He was coming to pit lane. Either way, an incredible save by Caleb Sisk. We'll look at it here once again.
I can't show the broadcast, my bad.
That's not the one we're looking for. Here we go.
I'm pitting this lap, right?
We'll rewind this because it's going to...
All right, I'm going to give you back your... Yep, I'm giving you back your spotter right now.
Turn 3 coming to pit lane.
Certainly worth the rewind here.
Uh-huh, I hate it. I really do.
Remember, don't speed. Adjust any kind of brake bias you may need to.
Ryan checked up a ton to not get into him. You saw him get close and then didn't.
Oh, he saved the crap out of it. Holy crap, that's a good save.
I would assume yes. But wow, what a save.
You know, presence of mind by Caleb here.
If you want to
save
time,
the truck,
18 that time,
but I mean, to lock it up, going sideways to get the speed down too.
Number 7 pitting.
Pit entry on top of saving the truck.
Well, we were saying that too before we came back from the break. Just the steering input, the throttle input, the brake, on, off, left, right, trying to keep the truck from coming all the way around because that really would have killed
Good job.
Without a caution. He would have lost a ton of track position.
Yeah, and it was a really
You got tires and fuel.
And Redding behind him, you know, and they were paying attention to check up the
Yes.
And a windshield.
3, 2,
well, we stay green, going straight out to the racetrack yet still. He is now 9 seconds in the wind here, and I don't know how long he wants to wait. I know we do have 3 attempts.
Oh, that thing was 53, 63.
Utilize the tires to the best of its ability.
All right, that's it. Go.
All right, come, don't speed.
Comes to pit. So does Chris Klein. So does Double O Joe. Granted, they're out on no tires. They're original sets. It shows you how long they're able to go. But the problem is here for Jones.
You got one truck outside. Going to be clear after him. Come on up. You're good.
Are going to gain ground on him like he's tied to a tree.
It'll be insane. It'll be roughly 2 seconds in a lap. I've been looking at the guys who are staying out compared to...
Wow, Caleb is 6 seconds out in front of Caleb. Connor is 6 seconds out in front of Caleb.
The further you go on a run, you know, that pace will slow down. And Goins, whenever he does come down, he's going to be running his fast laps for X amount of laps on the tires. So, I don't know. If I was Goins, I think I'd stay out as long as I could.
Now here he comes.
Yeah, Milner has not yet pit. Chris Goins on pit road. So is Jesse Redding.
Buys him some wiggle room.
Mark Truxell, who's going to take the lead once Scott pits.
You know he's not going
he was last on pit road lap 27, so he won't be able to go the whole distance. And then it'll be
I think it's going to be pretty
Connor Leach, Caleb Sisk, and you.
Closing on you. The gap is 1.6.
Has to back it up.
Oh, that'll hurt.
Hey, there's that wiggle room that he was building. 10.2 seconds at the time of the pit stop. That only cost him maybe 1.
Typical Blue Chew, just going a little too hard there, Steve.
Wow.
0.53 seconds still was a quick pit stop. It would have been record time without the mistake. So I don't think you'd consider that a loss there for Goins. A great stop. Great.
All right, Milner's going down pit road now.
Just a touch.
Oh, look at that. Look at the timing right there.
Yep.
Absolutely perfect.
Now Leach is going by, but he's getting a lap back right there. So he's not in position right now. Milner is the leader. Now I guess Leach is second.
You just hit the fastest
Milner's
lap.
the leader, hasn't pit yet, so that is a position.
Right. Yeah, this is
Nice.
top 3 right here.
There's a purple lap for you. Fastest lap of the race so far.
So this, that will cycle back through. Now here's the difference. This is the big thing here. This is the time lost by Goins. Leach pit 4 laps sooner, so a couple of seconds a lap times 4. There's quite a bit right there, plus the 2 seconds lost in pit lane by Chris Goins. Adds up.
Definitely adds up. And we're going to see what Goins is going to do here. If he's going to push and get to the 71 and make the pass, or if he's going to try to save it a little bit here, knowing this is the last set. And I don't know. We'll see. We know Connor's got the speed out there.
Skylar Herod picking up on the product placement.
There you go.
Yeah,
Keep
one
it
outside.
inside.
In the pit stops, I see what you
All right, you got the run.
Stay low.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side. You're back in space.
Up the door.
Like the
Stay
old
low.
days
There's
with
a
Mark
car on
Martin and the
high side.
Viagra
Car
car.
Right rear.
Mark Martin hits the
lead.
wall.
You're gaining
Hard.
over the current truck. To get the
On your tight. Kind of slid up a little bit.
Broke something, but we
If you
can't
can
say
get
all
in it,
clear,
you're clear,
all clear.
clear. Nice. No run. Good job.
So we may even start to see Goins' tire advantage come into play here. Should Goins start saving those tires a bit, though, knowing that he's got the advantage on the 71, or should he take advantage of it now?
I don't know.
Ooh, he hated your dirty air.
It's about being on my last set. I mean, 4 laps is a big deal. It's a pretty big place. A lot of chewing up the tires. I think he should just kind of.
All right, again, so Mark Truxell, the guy in front of you, he was on pit road lap 27. He's going to have to come down, so that's going to hand you P23. Connor Leach is a bit ahead of you.
Probably this lap or the next.
Jones
Yeah, really,
P3.
we're racing Chris and Connor here, I believe.
66, only 400 slower than his best lap of the day.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3 is not bad considering the next week is Atlanta.
I think we'll see
You're gaining over the current truck. To get the 1.4.
There it is.
I know Leach probably wanted to pin him to the bottom there and try and make him chew up his tires a bit to even the score, but it's not. Oh, and he gets the wall off at 3. That was a big hit.
That was pretty hard.
Leach will now try and return the favor. Gets to the inside, headed down into turn 1. A mistake by Chris Goins. Pancakes the right side. Try to get a better look here at the Goins machine. Does he have some damage? The right front actually looks pretty good.
It's not over, Derek.
Now there's a lap truck just ahead.
The only problem, though, is the winner gets extra bonus points.
That'd be a gift for Goins if there's no damage on that truck. That looked pretty darn tough.
Oh, we're running them down. Don't worry about that.
It's a flush hit, though, so if you pancaked it perfect. Didn't damage the fender, didn't...
Yeah, I mean, both you and Sisk are both faster than Truxell by 1.3, 1.4 per lap.
Outside.
There it is. That's P3 now belongs to you.
MLB read for Blue Chew? I have no
Clear up.
Something tells me I gotta get onto YouTube later.
Taking the spotter back.
Broadcast is not reading. Slide over here to the right monitor.
We're giving his sponsor a whole lot of TV time here tonight.
I get some products in the mail here pretty soon, Steve.
Yeah, okay.
Put the address bar at the bottom right of the screen there.
Girlfriend might not appreciate it, but whatever. So Chris Goins, after a mistake, has taken the lead back from Connor Leach still. And it was
You've been faster than Leach by a good half second or more every lap over the last 5 laps.
out in front from a third place starting position. Clearly, it's been a
Do tell.
long. Third place, Brian McCann, back 4.3 seconds. So there you see the differential. That's probably.
Oh, we get 2 seconds on him. We're going to catch his draft and sniff him out. Just like Derek said, this thing ain't over.
Right, Pitts. Only driver below 49 seconds total time.
That's pretty darn good. And the good thing about pit stops at Pocono, you can see how the field is just open and great at it.
And that's going to work to Chris's advantage, really, because a little bit of
Which means you're not only catching Leach, you're catching Goins too.
Shoots 5 up the racetrack.
I don't think Mark will like that. Mark's been around a long time.
Yeah, Mark, it's funny. He's a very
They get to racing it. It's going to help me out.
not. Now, Mark looks to have a little bit of right front damage on his truck, I think.
Connor's almost in his draft.
Now to touch, I can't tell if that's the black paint. Now, who painted that truck?
Oh, we're catching him. Oh, my goodness.
If you can catch up to Connor
Yeah, old school.
and
Yes.
push him up to Goins,
Well, certainly not.
that could absolutely be to your benefit.
Clean and consistent, but man, don't rub them the wrong way.
It's consistent. I've seen him down pit lane.
They'll come at you with a jackhammer
Yes, he will.
or a chainsaw.
Unless you feel good enough to where you can take him one-on-one.
The pit here. This is his third stop, so I don't know. He might have gotten some damage from that contact. It didn't look like much, but he's going to pit either way. He's going to take a set of tires.
Well, even at this angle, it's hard to see if there's damage there.
Looks good to me.
It does look pretty good.
It's just the fender. That's the fender flare.
Shoot, we catch them 2/10 in turn 1.
It really does, yeah.
Yeah, you're moving. I mean, there's no denying that.
Extending now to 1.25 seconds over Connor Leach.
You got to remember, Chris Goins had an 8-second lead. He pit one lap after you, and you're reeling him in.
Now it's under 4 at 3.9.
Yeah, it's no surprise, Steve, that Ryan McCann's got pace just about anywhere to go, but Pocono, we know he's fast. And I don't know, I think once he got past Sisk, I think he had the tracks and we're going to send him further up towards Chris. Chris has got to be up there just praying this thing stays straight.
Still between 3 and 4/10 of a lap faster.
Sisk now in the 4th position. Paul Durkee back up into 5th. Chris Klein hot on the trail, though. He's trying to get himself back.
I'm looking at 2 seconds.
Yep, 2 seconds to Leach, 3.5 to Goins. And we also still got to wonder if Leach is going to be able to make the distance after pitting on 36.
I know. I'm within half a lap. I don't think he will. I think I'm looking good right now as long as I don't make a mistake.
I agree.
Double O Joe to the inside of Sean Roberts. This is a position. Would be 7th if Joe could get.
I'm wondering if Leach might have just figured that out because he's definitely slowed up his pace.
Shoot it up the middle. No, Joe's going to say, I don't think so, Tim. I think I just dated myself there.
A little bit. I was going to say.
And the snake begins. It's a little snake, but it's still a snake. Talk to Chris Goins about that.
So
I'm starting to sniff him out here.
along the straight.
That's what she said.
It is certainly hard to do sometimes.
I don't know if I'll be able to catch Chris, but I think I got Connor.
1.5 to Leach.
Trying to get all he can. I wonder if that's a little loose, tight, loose to the situation there for Sean Roberts. Got in that dirty air, and then all of a sudden it wasn't dirty anymore.
Five seconds back to Sisk. No pressure at all. Everything's out the windshield.
So Mark Truxell was able to get his pit stop done without losing a lap. So we took tires here late. Again, we have 15 laps to go. He pitted lap 46, just about 4 laps to go. He's back in 16th, but should have the pace to try and pick up some more positions before this one is over. Maybe pick up some more if we catch a caution. Again, nobody wants to see that out in front. Some guys throughout the field that can really benefit them.
Yeah, I think Truxell will definitely have the pace to stay ahead of Peter that you can see in the background there. No problem.
Somebody caught the wall there. I think it was Caleb Sisk, and it was. Sisk got a turn 3. Does pulls Chris Goins there, smacks the wall on exit.
That was a bad turn. Nobody saw that. I got to figure that tunnel turn out.
He's got any damage to the right front of that machine. Looks pretty good to me.
I was just on board with Connor checking to see if he's shifting at all.
Seen here with these trucks over the last handful of weeks since the update, they've been pretty brittle. Doesn't take much to really hurt them aerodynamically, but so far it seems okay.
Yeah, and you think the triangle super speedway, the way the arrow is really effective in a place like this.
You are there, sir.
Well, for the time being, the strategy still working well for Chris Goins.
It'll be interesting here because we know the tires kind of left bottom after so
Oh, he pushed.
So we know that McCann has some fresher tires, but it's going to be interesting to see if these lap times, even though we're looking at 3/10 faster last time, McCann compared to Goins, see if that levels out anymore or maybe stays kind of that same spot.
Well, you got to wonder too. Those 3/10 that
You got a little loose. Keep it low. There you go.
Stream of Connor Lee.
Nice.
Pulling a draft down the straight.
He tried to block. Nothing there. Side by side.
And he's picking up there.
Going into 3.
Out there all by himself.
He's tucked in behind you.
I mean, that's another thing too. It's definitely going to get the pull.
You just work on your own lap. He's got nothing for you.
That pass too, and Connor's no slouch, man. He's out there with some pace for him.
Come on up. Come on up. Come on up.
A lot of those S3 guys, they are tough to get around. It's like a whole stable full
Looking
of
low.
out there.
Yeah, I mean, in a league like this, every inch matters.
He's got nothing on throttle. All you. Clear, clear.
Difference.
Good job, Ryan. P2. All right, so now the good news, you were faster than Goins 2 of the last 5 laps.
It's clear. Crossover from Leach headed down into turn 1. Does he have the
Even while battling Connor.
What a battle for second we got.
10 laps, so that's tough.
McCann, 2 of the
That's tough to do 3 seconds. Whew.
Oh man, you know who's
Cheers.
Steve.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be tough.
Or a truck for that matter out in front.
Yeah, that Ford truck up front probably thinks
Cheers.
this race is far more than 4 hours long. He's probably getting a little nervous. Now that McCann's got fresh air, though, we're going to see what kind of pace he can put together. We're going to have
If
to.
he was within like 1.5 seconds, I might have. Not 3.5. Jeez, that's far. I'm getting a ton
You
of.
keep hitting a tunnel turn like that. You
Yeah.
might pull him in a little bit.
I'm doing a little better.
Jones was quicker by about 3/10.
Yeah, and I think most of that was just McCann making that.
You've already got a second plus over Leach.
Time by is going to be the sign there, I think.
So the 4 machine out in front.
I don't know if Chris Goins is in the playoffs.
Laps remain. Jones is wheeling that truck. He's definitely chasing it up.
He's a good driver. He may be. I'm not sure.
Same story here in 3. Much flatter.
Because what is it? 6 drivers?
I don't
He could-
know if you've ever sent me.
He could be.
You've ever sent me a points link. I'll look.
I don't think I did. They do manual points. It's not on that site.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
Impressive still with Caleb
Okay.
Zisk being in the 4th position after that incident on pit road. Almost
So
spit
it's hard to know who's we're at.
track position, but still a top 5 machine.
Right.
Hell, Chris Goins is just taking off. I can't catch him. He's running faster than I am.
It's close, about half a 10. That's not enough to get it done here with 9 to go.
It's just impressive with the pace that Chris Goins
Chris is killing it on this track.
Position 1 point better than Leach.
on the older tires, Mike.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely take it.
Just keeps going, Steve.
Yep.
Interesting to see.
Silver lining, Mr. McCann. Silver lining.
3 in qualifying.
Chris Goins put down some practice lap is what happened.
Slower than that right now. We're going to cross the stripe and watch again here. Let's watch the lap times. McCann will cross the stripe.
What you're seeing there is some practice laps.
And still not green. In fact, almost 2/10 slower. It's the advantage for Goins now 4 seconds.
Very possible.
That could be because maybe Brian heated up the tire bad Connor there. I mean, it is tough to get the temperature out of
But
it.
also the guys in the broadcast said that he absolutely loves this place too. So it might just have the knack for it, just like you got the knack for other tracks.
1.
whatever it is, he's fast. He's outrunning me.
I mean, you're fast here too. Yeah.
We've got a battle for third here. Caleb Sisk and Chris Klein side by side. Now, Sisk is pit stop lap 36.
Oh, that was a good turn one.
Klein's got 3 laps.
I can make it better too.
Hold on to that.
Caleb's going to have his hands full. Both
It really loves that angle there.
Now Joe Bennett.
I was watching a lot of the A-Fix races.
Stress from Sisk.
And they were going high in 1 and 2 and getting that big launch
Bennett on the same strategy.
down the backstretch.
Same tire life.
And the A's, yeah, I can see that the way it gets so loose.
I think it was also on newer tires. Yeah.
The way they run limited fuel in these trucks, it's so tight. It's so tight right now.
Gotcha. Well, you're capitalizing now 2 seconds over Connor.
I couldn't get that angle this time. It's pushing. Yeah. Chris Goins has it in the bag.
Next time.
You know, over the years, I never really thought that Pocono put on the greatest of races. I mean, it's a cool racetrack.
I mean, a caution would make it exciting, but then we could also lose second. You know what I mean?
Good. There's been a lot of close action as far as on-track passes are concerned.
It's still going to be interesting to see if Connor Leach and Caleb Sisk have to go down pit road.
That's for sure.
Oh, that's true.
Matter all those points they have to give if they pitted a lap or 2 early.
That's 3 laps. Yeah, they can't make it. They're 1.5 short.
Strategies, and it's fun to watch.
Unless they save.
Maybe, a little more pace, try to pass in front of them. It's just
they're 1.5 short.
Draft. You really have to either have help.
I would think if they were saving, they would be losing a whole than the amount that they've been losing.
Yeah, surely they would recognize that and correct, right?
Somebody smoked the wall there.
You'd hope.
I believe it was.
You'd think.
That thing's not bent up. That's a miracle.
Bodywork looks okay in the 13, but is the suspension still straight?
We're just going to call this Pocono the track of Chris Goins.
Robertson, Dylan Bryant battling now. Some of these battles, if Chris Goins could see him, he'd be a whole lot more nervous. 5 laps to go, no caution yet, but if there is one, his day is likely done. If we go green to the end, Goins is in pretty good shape with a 4.3-second advantage over second place Brian McCann.
Yeah, and it'd be different if more people were on the strategy with Goins and Redding and everyone else.
Cars, just 15 laps.
If there was maybe 4 or 5 trucks, it might be okay to stay out for the lap, but I don't know. I just think.
Well, I'm 1.5 laps to the good, and they pitted 1.5 after that.
Chris has been locked in and up on the wheel tonight. Sure has. Just got to get it home now. 4 laps to go, and the deficit growing back to Brian McCann now 4.6.
Yeah, with them dropping back, okay, yeah, they might have enough to squeak by. It's gonna be close. But even if because he's got what 5 seconds behind him, so all he has to do is lift off the throttle. I mean, he's gonna get third regardless.
We'll see. I mean, turn 3, you might be able to clutch and save some. Not really in 2. I'd be worried about getting up to the wall at the exit of 1 while clutching. So, yeah, I guess we'll see.
Doing the lift and coast. I think it might be Connor Leach. We're going to go on board and listen.
This certainly explained a little bit quicker pit stop.
Yep. Lift and coast.
Oh, the broadcast is talking about lifting and coasting.
Now that we cleared the screen here, watch the digital dash here, the tachometer. When he gets in, I don't know if he'll do it in the tunnel turn. He might. Drops down to idle. There it is.
I think that finish is 1.5 laps, not gallons. I could be wrong though. I think
Connor Leach trying to save some fuel.
I don't know.
There.
Is that 1 point? Is that gallons or laps? Hell, I get confused on this thing.
You got 4.3, now 4.2 laps in the tank.
One more lap, 2.5 miles to catch the white flag, and then that caution cannot hurt him.
Yeah, okay, so I am 1.5 gallons then. Yeah.
Now, if you're Chris Goins here, you're gonna just kind of.
Oh, so they're really good on fuel then.
Or having a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, Derek, you're right.
If I'm Chris Goins,
What's interesting, lap 60 and 61, Goins 1.5 and then 2.6 tenths faster than you. Lap 62, 63, and 64, he was less than a tenth faster.
You break your rhythm.
I'm just out here cruising. I ain't even really hardly paying attention. He's probably doing the same thing. He's got it by a mile.
Slow down, you get a big lead, but that's when you start making mistakes. But
yeah,
to be worried about now. Chris Goins takes the white.
Yeah, no sense to no need to push right here.
4.6.
Oh, I'm just out getting groceries right. Hell, I'm one-handed. Y'all can't see it, but I'm one-handed.
Good thing for Goins here.
Yeah, it's 3.5 back to Leach. Looks like Caleb Sisk is back to 7th. Chris Klein took over P4, P5, Double O Joe. Way to take another podium, Brian. Good job, sir.
Goins into the tunnel turn for the.
Thank you, Pete.
Glad there were no lights left, Joe.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Wyatt. In practice, it's weird because it was like 26, 27 on the tank. That's why I was saying 26, 27. So, yeah, it was a little bit different there.
I was trying to race y'all, but I was out of gas. I was trying to clutch it, and I just kept blowing the corner.
Back to the main.
Good win, Mr. Chris Pocono Goins.
Out of gas.
First win of the season here at Pocono.
Appreciate it, y'all. Thank you, Brian. I was worried you were catching me there for a minute.
Second
I wasn't
place
catching
goes
him.
to
He was
Ryan
outrunning my
McCann.
ass.
Leach brings it home on fumes.
All right, Dylan, we're taking this to Atlanta. See you there.
Yeah, I had wheel
Chris
damage.
Goins, win number 1 on the season in the penultimate race of the season.
Yeah, I saw you pancaked it pretty good.
Yeah, I just lost where I was at. That shit, but I'll get you next week, man.
Pete?
Real quick, guys.
I didn't wreck
Before y'all
anybody
leave,
tonight.
if you want to race next season, again, I'm not going to be running it. Chris Goins and Jeff
No, you
Brady's going to
didn't.
be running it. Please sign up. I have.
Let's go back and look at that lap.
Honestly, a
I'm
dominant
telling,
win.
if you
I mean,
wanna race,
strategy
please sign
certainly
up. I
played
almost
a
wrecked
part,
somebody.
but he was fast out of the gate with a third place qualifying. Was out in front relatively early. Cautions didn't really fall, with the exception of the lap 12 caution. First yellow, only yellow of the night. And it worked out.
He did exactly what he had to do tonight, Steve. I mean, that strategy worked out absolutely perfect. I mean, it was risky, definitely risky, but boy, it paid off.
Almost got him.
Look at that. Back to the main
What a
straightaway and
save.
the start finish line.
Yeah.
Oh my
Good
goodness.
save.
Oh, my camera came on. What a save. Wow.
That was pretty good.
Let's watch that again.
What are the since you got us that? What do the points look like?
G into the front stretch.
Good idea. Let's look.
Well, it's better than some of the other artwork I've seen him carve with the back tires. So
Chris Goins is in 8th, so I don't think he's in the top whatever playoffs.
So Chris Goins, your winner here at Pocono. We're going to step aside, get a break out of the way. We'll be back with our top 3 finishers in the booth after this. Stay with us.
Yeah, because it's me, Connor, Skylar, Harold, Mark, Truxell, Carson Rowland, Joseph Bennett, Jesse Redden, and then Chris Goins is in 8th.
Okay.
So I think we're in the lead now, right?
You'd imagine it would be if all the points reset after last week.
Yeah, going into next week.
Need insurance
I'm
coverage?
looking at the rules now to see how many
Brent
is in the
Gaya's
final
office in South
playoffs.
Charleston has your back. Whether you're blazing down the highway, protecting the home you've built, or setting up a legacy for your family, we've got the coverage you need. Auto, home,
5 people in the final
fast, simple, and made
2
for you.
races, so
Scan
Chris
the QR
Goins is
code
not
on
in
screen now to
contention.
explore all our
We're
services
number
and
1
start
right
a
now.
free quote today. Lock it in,
Nice.
save it for later, or call us at
By how far?
744.
Or is it just the 1 point that you gain tonight?
Yeah, 1 point.
Signal, I need to cut
Gotcha.
across 8 lane. None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be a draft track next week, so good luck to everybody involved, right?
Right. I know you normally don't run a whole bunch of officials, but I did see, I don't know which car it was. They were running Atlanta Super Speedway this week.
All right. Yeah.
All right, man. I will talk to you either throughout the week or next week.
All right, man. Take it easy. See you next Tuesday. Thank you for spotting for me there.
Always welcome, buddy. Have a good night.
You too. Good win, Chris.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Good race. I was you had me a little nervous there, middle of that last run.
Oh hell no, you were pulling away from me. What you talking about?
Shit, you got me down to like what under 3 seconds, and I was a little nervous there with like 14 to go.
Shit, you had half a golf course plus a football field on me. You
I made a right call for once when it came to strategy.
I know, man. Once you got them new tires and took off, I was like, damn, because you had like 5, 6, 7. I don't even know how many seconds, but you were out there.
Yeah, once I got the clean air, you guys were fighting pretty good, so it helped me kind of clear out, and that gave me a buffer. I blew through my box on that last stop. I had to back up and everything, but luckily it gave me enough room to make up some ground.
But even new tire, pit strategy, whatever, you were fast on the track. So congratulations.
I appreciate it, man. Pocono is by far my favorite oval. I mean, I like Watkins Glen as far as the road courses go. It's probably my favorite track overall, but Pocono is by far my favorite oval.
Do tell us how many practice laps you got.
I did not turn a single practice lap all week.
Oh.
Not this week, anyway. I mean, I've turned a bunch of laps here, but I didn't even turn a practice lap. No, I take that back. I turned one practice lap this before qualifying happened in this race. So I just I got here late from work. So, but don't be fooled. I probably have 1,000 laps here at least.
I hear you.
Who is going to take it in the end? And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quick tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be
now that puts you in the points lead. Aren't you still in the points lead?
Will he be able to cover him off? He does.
Yeah, we just looked at that. You're not in the playoff championship points, right?
No, I missed last week, so it kicked me out.
Damn.
My internet went down in the neighborhood. They were doing some fixing to it, and it went down in the neighborhood, and I missed last week.
Damn, and you got tonight, so if your internet went out, you would have been points leader.
Maybe. If and buts, right?
That sucks, dude. Internet goes out. I feel you.
Get it.
Back at Pocono Raceway, race 17 in the books as we head into Atlanta Motor Speedway for the finale next week. Chris Goins picking up race number 1 of the season with some strategy and a fast truck. Let's get a word with the driver of the number 4 Blue Chew Toyota, Chris Goins. We'll pull him up into the booth. Chris, it's Steve and Zach Millett with Track Limits. You got a copy?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Chris, congratulations, man. Solid win here tonight. First one of the season. Took you long enough, but either way, victory lane so sweet one way or another. Walk us through your race here tonight. It clearly seemed that you had a strategy coming into this when we talked to you after that caution. Just came down to a matter of, do we get another yellow?
Yeah, I was sitting there praying hard for that whole after lap 12. I was just praying to God that it stayed green. But we made the right call for once. Usually that comes back to bite us in the butt, but tonight it worked out in our favor. Main thing was, trying to be patient coming through there on that after that restart, trying to get through the field with the newer tires, just being patient. Definitely didn't want to ruffle up the car or rough anybody up and make, some enemies out there. But, once we got out to the lead, it's just a matter of just turning consistent laps, just hitting your marks, making sure, same routine every lap, and with the exception of maybe one or two things, I feel like we succeeded in that, and it shows out with the P1. I'm stoked.
Well, we did see one of those mistakes, a little issue off of turn 3. You pancaked the right side of the truck right after you got by Connor Leach. He quickly got by you, and you crossed over and then got back by him around. Was there any damage to the truck that you could tell? Visually, it didn't look like there was any issue.
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about, Steve. I'm going to act like that didn't happen. No, there wasn't. I knew when I hit it pretty flush, it looked worse, I think, than it felt. I hit it pretty flush. I was waiting for the call out to let me know if there was damage or not, and they never said it. And so I just sent it into 3 and or 1 and cleared Connor and just tried to, like I said, maintain the consistent laps. But I didn't see any remnants of that contact.
Well, that was ultimately the pass for the lead and then the race win, because you never looked back after that. Leach got smaller and smaller in the rearview mirror, ultimately getting passed by Brian McCann after that. You pick up the win here at Pocono. So congratulations there. You're looking forward now to Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's the super speedway version next week. We know you do run pretty well at Daytona and Talladega, certainly, but Atlanta is it's a whole new animal as far as that's concerned. Yeah, it's a super speedway type of race, but it's much smaller and very narrow. How do you approach Atlanta next week?
Cautious optimism is how I approach it every time we go there. It's become a little bit more with these trucks. It seems like it's a little bit more driver oriented, as far as it's not just always flat out, run the bottom and get going. There seems to be some little bit of driving that has to be done. So if that's the case this time, hopefully we can put something together. I'm not a huge fan of the draft style Atlanta. I much prefer the old Atlanta, but we'll see what happens. I don't know, unless this win puts me back in something. I'm not in any type of points chase, so I'm just going to go out there trophy hunting next week and see if we can, put this thing in victory lane again.
Sounds like a good plan going forward, Chris. Congratulations again here on the win at Pocono. Who do you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank the Blue Chew. They had this thing running hard all night. So we, High Tide Hospitality, you over here, you and Zach up here in the booth. It's
Good
nice
luck.
to see him up there with you. I hope maybe he'll sneak in there tomorrow night too when we come back here. But yeah, my team.
Brian McCann, it's Steve and Zach Millett. Track Limits. You got us?
Hey, I do.
Brian, congratulations, man. A runner-up finish. I don't want to say lackluster, but that's kind of the term that comes to mind. A little issue in qualifying. Got the wall in that first lap. Not a great second lap. Put you 11th. First and foremost, what happened on that first lap? What caused that? Was it just a matter of slipping up the racetrack?
Steve, I want to be the first to inform you that I got 2 number 1 positions in qualifying. You see, the 11th place position is 2 number 1s, right? So in my mind, it was a double winner. I don't know what happened. I blacked out, but we started 2 double number 1s and just went straight through the field. And then a caution came out, and then it all came down to numbers, like strategy, whatever. And some guys got tires, some guys didn't. We didn't take tires, but man, Chris Goins, he took tires and he was fast. And I don't know if any other thing that could happen there, but he just shot out of the cannon like a rocket and just kept going.
Is Certainly a fun one to watch. Couple of things I want to talk about. First and foremost, getting through the field from that 11th place starting position. The first 2 or 3 seemed to be pretty easy, but as you progressed up towards the front of the field, it got a little more difficult. Was clean air a big issue tonight?
I didn't notice anything about air. It was more about that right front with limited fuel. The truck was tight, especially in turn number 1. It was a little pushy, so you didn't want to hit that wall. I saw some other guys hit that wall. You just don't want to hit that wall. So saving that right front was the key, and the straightaways are just so long. You know, as long as you can save the turn, you can catch back up on the straightaway.
Want to talk about the green flag pit stop coming to pit lane. Caleb Sisk checking up, trying to get down. You definitely got on the binders. We saw you close in quick. You caught it quickly, but I think there still might have been some contact. We really couldn't tell from the angle. Nevertheless, the 6 almost goes around, had to save it. But what happened in your perspective? Was there some contact?
Oh, there was a lot of contact, Steve. So coming in tonight, I was telling my spotter repeat 1975, I was going to wreck somebody, but good thing I didn't wreck anybody. Number 6 had an amazing save there. I had no idea he was pitting, but he was apparently going in the pit. I didn't know it, coming through 3 there, and I was just all up on his bumper. And you know, I really like looking at that 6-speed shop on that and that rear bumper there. It looks real nice. So along with that chrome spoiler, and I was just so focused. I was like a fly looking at a light bulb. Just kept looking at that thing and just all up on it. And he was going into pits and nothing I can do. And that's an amazing. I went back on a replay and looked at that, and that's an amazing save on his part.
Well, that sums it up, Brian. Congrats again here on the runner-up finish at Pocono Raceway. Who do you want to thank before we let you go?
I want to thank this steering wheel for being circular the whole race. This table sitting beside me with non-water beverages that I enjoyed the entire race. And everybody watching tonight, thank you.
All right, Brian, thanks for chatting, man. Good luck in Atlanta.
Thank you.
Next.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Finish at Pocono Raceway. Who do you want to thank?
Hey, Caleb. Yeah, I felt bad about hitting you, but that was an amazing save on your part. I had no idea y'all were going in.
From the 71, Connor Leach at Steve and Zach with Track Limits. You got a copy?
Hey, I got you, Steve.
Connor, congratulations, man. 3rd place after an 8th place starting position. Walk us through tonight's race. You had the pace out there. You usually do. Strategy seemed to be okay for you as well, but maybe just a little bit newer tires would have done you some good.
Let's see what Caleb's got to say.
Yeah, I guess newer tires, and I mean, I don't know if you saw near the end of that. Because I think just having we were kind of all bunched up in a pack there. There was pushes, there were shoves. It was good. And our fuel, we kind of knew what the number of the fuel was going to be, and then we came into the pits and that for that last stop and came out, and it was like, oh, I'm a lap short. Like I was almost just a little over a lap short when I came out.
I don't know about that, Caleb.
Should slow down as the tires wear out, and I just kept looking. I'm like, God, like it's getting it's getting tight on fuel. I'm gonna have to start saving at some point. And
you did have to
save. Hoping maybe there'd be a caution. Like I know there was a few guys that took tires on that first.
All right, I was worrying
caution.
about that.
Like Gones, obviously the winner. That was the right strategy, obviously, but we just didn't. I didn't want to be on the defensive.
Oh yeah, it's definitely anybody's shot next week.
I wanted to be more on the offensive side of it. And
draft track at Atlanta, anybody can win.
Coming out of the pits, and we're getting pretty short on fuel. It's like, and Gones, I guess he must have had a little issue on his last pit stop, because I thought he would have come out quite a ways ahead since he had tires, and he was way down the road in front of us. Then kind of raced with him for a little bit. He had a couple lap fresher tires, so he got past me. Then I kind of went into a bit of a fuel save mode, not really clutching yet, but I was sort of just backing off the throttle.
Yeah, we
trying
were
to stay in the
calculating
draft for
about
as long as I
you
could.
guys
I
being
seen the
about a
guy
half a
coming-
lap to a lap
coming
short.
out of hell, and I think he was 5 or 6 seconds back when we did that pit stop, and he started coming, and I knew I couldn't run it as hard as I wanted to because I had to save a little bit of fuel looking at it. And, I mean, if a caution were to come out at some other point during the race, it would have been great for us. We would have had a set of
Oh, I
tires
would have loved a
sitting
caution
over the
too.
wall, which we still did, but it is what it is. I mean, we ran, I think, as good a race as we could with the circumstances, and I had Caleb, he was helping out a lot, just kind of pushing me. I was trying to just stay out in front, and he did a really good job. Kind of like I think Brian was saying, the straights are so long, so if the guy ahead gets out a bit, then you can kind of get back to him and try to push down the straight or go for a move into whatever corner you get to. But it was a tough race. It was a long one. It was a lot of fuel saving at the end. I started clutching it in every corner, but it is what it is. I think we come out.
Oh,
okay
shoot.
on
If a
points.
caution came out, it would have been more than that. It would have been like the
for the
top
championship
6
going
going
into
for it.
Well, let's talk about Atlanta. Super speedway style racing at Atlanta Motor Speedway, just a shorter racetrack at 1.5 miles. Close confines at Atlanta Motor Speedway. How do you get ready?
Everybody was going to throw it into one.
Be holding you up if something crazy happens.
Well, you want to be careful, but you don't want to get mired back in the pack and not be able to move forward. So we do want to get to the front as soon as we can. And luckily, we got a good team here. And Carson's another guy on our team in the playoff picture here. So hopefully, one of us can come out with a good.
Chris Klein was fast. Jesse Redden, he was fast. I mean, there's a good number of trucks up.
Congratulations!
I'm thinking top 6 would have been racing pretty hard if caution came out and we all had new tires.
Before we kick you out of here.
Now, if it was late,
shout out to
Chris didn't have tires. I guess Jesse, I think he took tires, so he didn't have tires either. So maybe top 4. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Team S3 Speed Shop, especially Caleb. He's been
whoever had tires was going to be running it hard.
And all the guys have been
is what I'm
really
saying.
Strong. Pretty much the whole season. There's been some setbacks. There's been some tough races, a bit of frustration here and there, but it's been a pretty damn good season all in all, I think. And then you for putting on the broadcast, and then huge
y'all were saving. I wasn't
Derek.
saving.
Like I've been in his league here for a couple of years now, and it's been nothing but the most fun.
I had to get from that double winner.
This is basically the first league
to
I
the
ever
front.
joined in iRacing, and I
At
hope
11th
it
place.
continues, and hopefully we can race with the NTRL group in the
Still
future.
don't know how that happened.
Well, spread the word, Counter. Congratulations. 3rd place finish here at Pocono, man. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck next week at Atlanta.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
That was Connor Leach, your 3rd place finisher here at Pocono Raceway. That's going to do it for the broadcast. The interview portion of the broadcast. Those guys did a great job here tonight. Everybody really out there.
See y'all next week. Thanks for racing. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for spotting. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for viewing whatever else is going on.